All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. VR Master League here, week 3, getting started with our first match, streamed match of the week. There were a couple others that were scheduled really early, just after the match is released. But this will be our first stream of the week. So welcome. I'm Palidore, and co-casting with me, Palidore on cams, also Palidore. But good to have you all here on VRML Channel 2. As we get ready to go in this match between Crusaders and Real Speed. And thankfully for Crusaders over here, they did get their 4th player. There was a situation. But yeah, there was a we were about to do a 3v4, it looked like, until we did get the join kind of last minute. So starting that soon here. Looks like these teams, they're muted for you on the stream. Looks like they're going without those open comms, so I'll probably keep them that way just to keep my head straight, since there will be a lot of comms going off. But anyways, round 1 about to start here, so let's go. All right. So for everyone in the Twitch chat joining us, welcome. Saw a lot of activity there. Well, before we even started, as we do get started now with, well, can't touch this. He does get the disc, so can touch this, I guess. Going for that clear, maybe going to bounce off that wall, but into the hands of Draco Dragon. So Draco getting a clear down middle, but there are some midfielders there. Just Phantom's trying to contest it, but gets back to Eric Medina. See Daz in there, cheering on Real Speed. See Luke as well. The better fruit. What kind of fruit? What's your favorite fruit? Over here will be Just Phantom getting that disc, going for a bounce shot. That's going just to bounce off the nest instead. Phantom recovers, retains, and no complaints. It's Phantom the first couple points here. Go in favor of Orange side in their crusade. Plums, solid fruit. Not too bad. I like grapefruits myself. A little bit messy though. So Golden 14 looking for that clear, gets it through. Takes a few ricocheted bounces into the hands of Redfire, and Redfire slinging it before can't touch this, gets to the disc. Now over to the opposite side here, VR Corbin trying to chase down the disc, but Eric Medina playing that goal area right in the bubble, looking for the pass over to Golden. You can see kind of the perma-goalies on both sides here, but they will try and work up the floor. Some nice, nicely strung passes. That second one, though, right down the field, a little bit too astray, as it will go right to that bottom ramp, or the trench as it's known by some players. Seen some of that trench tennis, that tennis being played as of late. On that play, shooting it straight but right into the hands here of the awaiting defense for Crusaders. So instead, they'll get it back. VR Corbin for Crusaders trying to get that clear. Now up high will be taken here by Real Speed, so still scoreless yet, flinging a fast one into the bubble. But of course, with those perma-goalies in the way, at this point, the priority is really going to need to be the passes, because otherwise throwing it straight into the goal will just result in those back and forth plays that you kind of see from time to time. At the moment, though, the Real Speed players here able to get the disc back, so can't touch this with the disc. Just Phantom approaching, going for that deep one, but again, there's that goalie going to offer a lot of trouble. So back into the other side will be in the pocket, taken here at the bottom by Redfire. Redfire going for the immediate sling into the goal. And I think for these teams, first team that gets to slow it down here, maybe work some back passes in, they're going to be the first team to score, because at the moment it's just a lot of trades back and forth across the floor, sending it from backliner to backliner pretty much. Through the back lane, well, speaking of, let's see if they do recover. It's going to take a bunch of bounces and into the hands here of Just Phantom, so indeed another recovery as it gets slung back into the bubble. But again, guess what? There's some awaiting defenders there. So over into the left lane now. Looks like maybe a crash out, or no, looking like he just stopped there, one of the orange players, Just Phantom, but he's back. All good. And it's just a game of the boost. But, yeah, for these teams playing that midfield now, it's Golden. here for Real Speed. They're going to work it up the floor, and now trying to form that triangle. And this is what they needed to do, is to look for those cross passes side to side as opposed to forward and back. It's the forward and back that's really killing both of these teams right now as it continues to just go back and forth. But into the bottom of the ramp will be taken here by Can't Touch This, but he's going to be double stunned here with Red Fire. All the meanwhile, Corbin will retain it, send it to the midfield, and a little bit of a pileup forming there at the trench. All the meanwhile, Eric Medina is going to send it, well, right down to the perma-goalie, potentially. So, VR Corbin will take that disc back, and it'll continue to stick on this side of the floor, however, as it's obtained by the Cookie Fox. Heard the Cookie Fox talking a little bit before the game, mentioning they, name of the game, well, that's Echo Arena, and that's a 2-point, barely missing the 3 here, and will be gotten by Real Speed. So good goal there to get on the scoreboard, locking it down. And on this launch out here will be taken on the side. Actually, never mind, a little bit of a bad bounce, so instead will be tapped out there by Cookie Fox. And it's going to result, there's that 3. And now they're up by a couple points here for Real Speed. And a nice hit. That was a very good just slap through from that tunnel before Cookie got stunned. And I was mentioning him just a moment ago. Cookie was talking about the Palidorables. I heard him just before the stream started. Mentioning how I was one of the almost names of the Echo Combat team that I was on for a few weeks there once upon a time. But it was a name that I indeed did veto. It was a little bit strange. But over here will be taken by VR Corbin. He's going to roll up on the goal, but be stunned out from behind there. And Cookie Fox does sling it back into the field, but taken at the trench. So Just Phantoms with a chance. Good passes, and off that backboard, a little bit too strong on the touch. So we'll just fly right back to the other side there. But good passing plays anyway. We saw that from both these teams now. So the start initially a little bit frantic. But on the last couple plays, both teams kind of slowing it down a little bit, looking for some more crosses. Just like that one. Beautiful delivery. And Just Phantom, gift-wrapped goal, tie it up here at 5 apiece. And that's what you like to see. So just needed to maybe get some warm-ups in, get the blood flowing in Echo. It is a physical game after all. And once they kind of settle down, now we're seeing more of those crosses. And now we see ourselves a tie. So hello also to, see Darth Mauler in there, got Wentel. Trying to keep my eye on a little bit of both here. J-Con right now they're going for the play onto the bubble, a little too clumped up, but the nice speed coming in from the, well, Real Speed players. Off that backboard, slightly off, and we'll drop down to the ramp where there's a miniature pileup forming here. Will be Corbin taking that one and slinging it to the midfield. On the other side, Red Fire needs to evade this defender, does not do so. A good stun and steal coming in from Golden 14. And retained by the Cookie Fox as he looks for a cross. Very nice pass, very nice goal. It's 2-point lead here for Real Speed. Good assisting though. Gotta love the cross-to-cross passes there from midfield to just outside the bubble to just inside the bubble. And then we got ourselves that score. Luke saying they bet their house on Real Speed. Well, for your sake, then, I do hope they win. Otherwise, you might have to go live with the Real Speed players here. Now, on the shot attempt, a little bit deep, but the boost coming in will be taken right there at the little dot island and sending it out as Corbin, coming right back to them, though, on this side of the floor. So, Can't Touch This, gets that disc. His teammate trying to run interference for there in the brawls. A very deep sling, kind of recognizing the player, his teammate on the other end of the floor by that bubble, but unable to do much with it as it does get slung back to the mid lane. And Cookie Fox quickly just backhanding that, or tapping that rather, into the opposite side. Maybe had a little time to work with there, so now they're just going to try and find the time to get those boosts together here for Crusaders. There's a couple players coming in hot. Just Phantom with a shot off the back, but will not go, and back to Cookie Fox once more here. So Just Phantom with that disc. You can see Red Fire inside the goal, kind of trying to run interference on these double goalies that got going. Meanwhile, on the front line, some good interference being ran by Can't Touch This with some stuns, knocking the disc loose, but just the same, he gets a few teeth knocked loose with the other brawl there. And now Golden 14 trying to get that disc, and Can't Touch This will. So a deep pass attempt. You can kind of see what they were going for there with that tunnel pass. Eventually, Cookie Fox gets it right back. A very quick sling with Corbin hot on the trail. And meanwhile, obtaining it on the bottom floor here, Golden 14 needs to be careful. And, gets just handled there by the defense. Perhaps shot off the head, it looked like. But back to the pocket it will go, and just Phantom will slap it through. Looking for that immediate boost, so very, very nice speed coming in from Crusaders. Some brawls, however, coming in to deny it. Meanwhile, Phantom will get the disc. Trying to evade the defenders from above, going from below, gets the goal, and the punch as well on the goalie, so tied up at 7. Very entertaining game here so far in the first round. Let's see. Other shout-outs. We got Princess in there, our league moderator, one of them. Toby Burgos in there as well. Good of you guys to join us, guys and gals, as we wind down this round. We got 22 seconds, so any score here is going to be absolutely devastating to the other team, whichever team that may be. On offense right now, it's real speed, so they're going to try and win this one late. A good pass, a great grab. Very, very clutch as Phantom just clutches, indeed, that disc. 6 seconds left. We might be eyeing an overtime here unless something gets flung really fast, and looks like it won't be the case. So a slap out, and there you go. First match streamed here in week 3. We've already got ourselves an overtime to begin. How about that? So sudden death it is. Let's see who comes out on top. All right, so as we often see in these OT situations, at least a good chunk of the time, you do get those rather quick endings off these initial jousts. Now, we'll be stuck here, so not quite as quick, but a lot of the times you'll see immediate joust, headbutt, half the players get kind of dislodged and out of position, and it results in basically whoever wins joust wins that overtime. Now, that said, we'll see if that's the case here. Some seconds being spent and expent as they go for that pass to the bow tie. Can't touch this. Really, really bothered by a lot of defenders there, so they need to be careful. They have some reset options. Gonna take it in on a couple different players, unable to convert on the goal. So right back into the mid lane, where again they do have some fielders there to perhaps get that disc back. All the meanwhile, some brawls going out, attempting to clutch that disc right back, though. It's Phantom. So he had that good save there towards the end of the regulation period, but unable to get a shot there. Meanwhile, Golden trying to contest a slap down into the bubble and taken here out the side by the wedge rather by Can't Touch This. He gets the clear. Now some very good speedy players coming through to just get into the front line fast and maybe catch this defense a little bit out of position if they can. That said, the pass slightly off position, so will be slung real quickly there by Draco. And the bounce just evading the hands of his teammate, however, so a few slaps going through. Now we're kind of seeing a little bit of what we saw to begin the round earlier on, where it's a lot of these clears, and that's kind of the pace of Echo Arena and the rhythm. You'll see it go back and forth. At the moment, though, an open goal is going to be taken, but not made. So taking a good-looking shot there, but just slightly off on that mark. Could we be looking at a double OT is the question. An interception from just Phantom, yet again with the good defensive hands. So he's going to try and deny the double OT. Crusaders, they're going to want to win this right now if they can. Clearly. 10 seconds left, and trying to go for a clear lead. But to the back liner, there's Draco playing that. And a double OT perhaps as it does go into the wedge. And yes, indeed, that will be the case. So an opportunity was there, but opportunity passed by rather quickly. And indeed, we're going to that overtime number 2.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
All right, so what a way to begin this first stream match of week 3. So first joust this time will be taken with a decent amount of time there. Can't touch this, but intercepted by Phantom. Not a ghost at all on the defense. He's been making his presence very, very known as that goes very, very close to the goal. Now speed coming in here. Hot on the shot, and red fire, burning hot, gets the win in OT number 2 for Crusaders. So exciting ending off that one. Look at that. The defense just draped all over. Still managed to just squeeze it through. Not only the defender he was wearing as a coat, but the defender in the goal just the same. So What a way to begin this stream. This is our solo game for this particular stream, that is to say, but I got more on the way a little bit later, as is often the case, pretty much on a daily basis, hourly basis even. But yeah, so looking at the score, it was Crusaders, well, just Phantom, 7 points, big points at that, 2 steals, big steals at that, and 11 stuns. Redfire with the 2 points, and perhaps the most important one of that entire round and overtime, winning it. 1 assist as well. Draco Dragon with the save. They had VR Corbin with 4 saves. Meanwhile, for the blue side, Real Speed, they had 5 points for Golden 14, the Golden Boy on offense. Can't Touch This had 2 points and 2 saves, 18 stuns. Eric Medina contributing the assist, 14 stuns, and Cookie Fox with a pair of assists, 3 saves, and 18 stuns as we head off here for the second round.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
All right, so more shout-outs. See Burno stopping in now. Bomber Blast. Got Daz X Venoms. And here, we're going to start off this second round. Just Phantom. Getting punched is the goalie. Dinging and dunking. All up there for the first couple points. Just Phantom. Saying his name an awful lot, it seems like. Definitely has a nose for the disc. And kind of... That's one of the definitely ways that I start establishing a lot of these neural connections, remembering these players. Just saying their names over and over, and definitely the ones that I find myself saying a lot in a single stream. They tend to stick with me. And Just Phantom, well, he's just one of those players, I suppose. But over to the top here will be contested. The goalie diving out of goal, so leaving it exposed. And Can't Touch This. Taking full advantage of the open situation. And that is a 1-point lead here off the 3 shot. 9 meters deep from Real Speed from Can't Touch This.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm seeing his his nickname is CT. Makes sense.
Headed back downfield.
I see that. Although, for my sake, I might just still say Can't Touch This. Good punches here from Phantom. Golden 14 getting stunned out. That said, he comes out of the stun, almost able to grab the disc. Same with the Redfire here. Not quite, though. So Can't Touch This. A quick tap before he gets stunned out by Red. And Cookie Fox coming away with that. Trying to take those cookies and see if they can get themselves an opportunity. A very soft pass being handed off to Golden. And now Golden up there, but it's just Phantom holding the disc and holding the offensive player just locked down there. Very good positioning just to deny the otherwise easy pass. Anytime you get those nest passes does definitely give you good opportunities at the goal if you can get those crosses in front of it, because it gives you the most different angles to shoot from. Sometimes it's much more difficult hitting from if you're approaching from these tight corners, especially because goalies will oftentimes, especially at the higher levels, they'll start learning to dive those passes, and it just gives very tough angles at making the goal. So anytime you can get those like backboard shots or backboard passes or barrier and nest passes and assists and drives, those are the ones that if you complete the pass, that is, they do tend to give you very nice opportunities. Of course, teams constantly playing that rock, paper, scissors game, or really a game of chess, just trying to figure out all the different positioning and all the different kind of strats on defense and offense. So you'll see variation all the time, and when one thing looks good, well, people come up with ways to counter it. Now, speaking of counting, well, we're counting 1-2 more points. They're up here 5-2, Golden 14 on that shot. So looking for that comeback round here after that double overtime we just saw in the prior round. Just 3 minutes into the second one, and yeah, if Real Speed can continue this, we can be looking not only at the double OT in the first stream of the week, but even maybe a round 3. That'd be a very good way to get it started. Of course, now that we're starting to get into more of the depths of the season, into the weeks 3 and beyond, this is typically, ideally, when you're going to start really seeing those ladders, the MMRs on the ladders playing out. So the matches should start getting a lot more, even. You should see those round 3s. You should see those overtimes, as these teams do get their placement matches in. It's kind of the case in Season 1. It did take until approximately week 2 or 3, but then the ladders started to make more sense, the rankings. then you started seeing just a lot of competitive matches pretty much every single day. So I'm hoping for a lot of that here. So far, it's been the case. Redfire having it stolen right there on a good stuffage from a Cookie. Very nice there. Hand in the cookie jar. And just denied what was looking like a decent dunk attempt, really. But regardless, Just Phantom trying for that deep clear. It's just going to bounce right to the goalie's area, but unable to get the disc. So maybe an opportunity here as they take a shot. Redfire trying to contest Eric there inside the goal. Meanwhile, Just Phantom retaining, shooting, and getting the goal. Redfire just as well, contesting Eric once again. Now, Eric almost had a good grab on it as well, but just the interference being ran on the goalie, and it makes it very, very tough when you're not only trying to stop a disc from going in, but you're trying to swat away the flies. The defender is just kind of swarming around your face as a goalie sometimes, like it was in that case. So, will be a 1-point match here this second round, about halfway through it. And Crusaders will get the disc back here. It's Draco. All the meanwhile, that backline stack coming in with some hotness, looking to contest, but that nest pass, there it is, a bit open, looking for maybe an alley-oop attempt, and you know what? It's going to get there eventually. Took the long route, but it is good for the 1-point lead here. Crusaders now coming right back. Very, very competitive.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
See, Not Esport TV rating us. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the raid and joining. Of course, Not Esport, one of our European teams. Of course, an esport organization beyond just VR and beyond Echo Arena, but indeed a European team there, Non-Esport, formerly known as Fusion, and joining on with Nant. Good to see them, and yeah, welcome once again. Just as well to all the Twitch viewers. See a lot of hype in there, a lot of chat activity. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of defensive activity. There it is right on cue. Don't you love it when they make the casters look good, like they know what they're talking about, can't touch this, and without a doubt, gets the shot. 4 points, or 4 minutes left, and a 2-point lead for Real Speed. It is really back and forth. You gotta love it. Gotta love it.
8, 7, 6.
This has just been neck and neck. I want to see this round 3. I really, really do. Yeah, this match has definitely been worth it so far. I mean, just the back and forth action where you really don't quite know who's gonna win. So always hoping for it. That's a very deep attempt that's going to be taken out here by Eric. Just ever sturdy inside the goal. Meanwhile, even sturdier on the defense. Nice stun from Just Phantom. But as I say that, well, he gets stunned just the same. So a little bit of retribution being dealt there. Meanwhile, Just Phantom takes the disc here right back. A little bit of clever maneuvering, dancing around the floor, using those good handles that they try to find that pass up towards the nest area that we talked about. A little bit high, so from the bottom, getting dropped by the punches a little bit more. All these players, the brawl is continuing to unfold. Kind of curious just to take a look at some of those stats. I mean, the brawl is about 50-50. Neither team really pulling ahead by that much. I think, what was it, 48%, 52, so really, a lot of brawls, but neither team getting a heavy advantage on it. Now, that said, can't touch this. He does get the advantage on that one. Does have the shots. Will it go? Absolutely. Can't touch this and can't touch him right now. Feeling absolutely hot on every shot, it seems like. There's 11-6 on the scoreboard. Real Speed with the Real Greed getting some more points for their own.
5, 4, 3, 2,
So there you go, CT, as the kids say. I don't know. But over here we'll be taken back now. A little bit of a botched joust there, but looking like will be retained by Real Speed, in fact. So those are the kind of things you do see typically. You know, that rhythm starts to change, and there is a tangible effect as Eric does get the disc right back here again off that long bouncer. But you can kind of tell when those rhythms start to shift sometimes. It's as if everything starts kind of going wrong for one team. You know, when it rains, it pours, that kind of thing. And that's just the ebbs and flows of Echo. Happens to every single team, top to bottom in the league, really. So not an unusual sight to see. But I know for Crusaders, they need to be really, really careful here. Because there it is, a turnover, an open shot. And again, golden it is. As the goal blows up for the 14th point. And round 3 is looking quite likely now. It's not impossible to come back still, but for Crusaders, it's going to need to be a very, very imminent set of goals they come through with here. And I'm just not sure that there's enough time for it, just based on kind of the pacing and just the rhythm of it right now. A little bit disjointed, and they're definitely going to want to capitalize if they can here. But again, just a good stun coming in. This time Golden gets a slap out as well. So nice defense being played right on that edge of the 2-point zone. All the meanwhile, Golden getting it right back again on the edge of the 2-point zone. So doing some good work just with the defense, whether it's the stuns, whether it's the intercepts and steals. Doing some work for sure. Now, Cookie Fox gets that disc. It's going to be loose here in the tunnel. Just Phantom trying to lose it over there to his teammate. Redfire has the one-on-one, but gets the save again. Eric, he's been getting a lot of grabs, whether it's those long bounces, whether it's head-on, whether he has people right up in his face trying to brawl and contest. He's doing a pretty good job, all things considered. Even right there on that dive, just narrowly missing. Doesn't really cost him, though, however, so he's fine. In any case, 10 seconds left, and yeah, definitely the round 3 about to happen here in the next minute or so after that intermission. So up high, going to be one more just bouncer, slap shot. Actually pretty direct, would have been nice, but of course the time expired there. But yeah, there you go. One win apiece between Crusaders and Real Speed. This second round here ending 14-6. As we make our way to the stats screen and just take a look at what these two teams and these players had to offer. And we're seeing here for Real Speed a big return round after losing that double overtime game in round 1. Just a great job from Real Speed to kind of keep the mental game together, stick to their game plan, and not be discouraged. You know, losing those really close matches, especially in multiple overtimes where you feel like maybe you could have had a win, and those are going to be tough. But credit to them, they came back and they claimed that second round to force the third. So, I mean, it was 11 points for CT and Golden with the 10. See a pair of assists for both Cookie and Eric, as well as a bunch of saves for everyone. I mean, a heavy save advantage going to the favor of Real Speed here, whether it was those head-on saves, whether it was just some of those kind of long shots and clears. A lot of grabs coming in from Real Speed defensively, definitely winning out in that department. Meanwhile, for Crusaders, there were 4 saves for Corbin, as well as a pair for Draco. 11 points for Just Phantom, and Redfire with 4 points and 39 stuns, which is tied for the game high across both teams. So, starting off this third round, here we go. Don't know what to expect except some goodness. And my goodness, has this been a good game on a launch shot, Just Phantom. Crusaders get the first goal here in 4 seconds. Look at that. The joust. And just the perfect bounce. All right. This game has provided some very interesting highlights. Minute to minute. Over here is CT. In it to win it. Real Speed trying to come back. I mentioned the mental game. Those are definitely one of those discouraging things that could happen. You see a half-court blazer of a shot coming in 4 seconds into the round. That can always mess you up a little bit, just mentally speaking. Frazzle your team, things like that. Now, Real Speed did a great job in round 2 to come back. Question is, can they do it again here and let that not affect them? Get some good offense going. But some just great defense from Crusaders there. Just Phantom bothering Golden the entire time, just sticking on him like glue. Meanwhile, not sticking on there for too long, getting rid of the soft shot, and that is Tissue Soft. And beautiful connection. Red Fire. That was a great shooting touch. It was not going to be the easiest shot, because you can see, look at that. That is just a gorgeous shot right there. Because you had that boot island, that geo down here, right in the way. And he had some forward momentum, so he could not throw that with a ton of speed without hitting that geo. So that was actually an excellent play to get that 3-point shot. Again, highlight-worthy stuff, minute to minute. Again, maybe. No, not in the goal. So 6-point advantage here, just about minute 45 in, 2 minutes in. Will be taken here. Can't touch this. Mr. CT has it stolen. So Just Phantom, Redfire, they're trying to get some boosts as well with Corbin. 3 players here for Crusaders finding the speed and really starting to take this huge advantage now. 8 points, couple minutes in, and there it goes. That was kind of what I was mentioning there. You know, that this is really, as far as I'm concerned, all predicated off that third round joust, that 4-second goal. Because that just breaks your team's rhythm so much. And you can see now, Crusaders are feeling good because of that. Real Speed was feeling a little bit bad because of that. And as a result, you're just seeing all these turnovers being forced, and you're seeing Crusaders taking full advantage of every opportunity that they're given or that they're creating for themselves. So at the moment, Real Speed desperately needing to find some points. If it gets any worse here, if there's any more points being scored, I mean, that's when it's going to really turn into a snowball. So I think for them, need to just, take a minute to breathe. You know, collect this disc right here. Recognize the fact that they have 7 minutes on the clock still in this third round. That's a lot of time to work with. So if they can kind of stabilize, they find some slow passes, back passes even to reset, just to give their team an actual opportunity to breathe, position out, and not have to worry. But like, see with these things right here, you know, the deep fling making it a bit tough for them to really get anything going. So I think for Real Speed, need to show more of that disc control and not rush things, recognizing that 8 points is plenty easy to make up for in, 7 minutes or 6.5 minutes now. With this steal perhaps coming in, so good boost to create the turnover. But right back at him is Corbin, trying to get the goal, unable to do so. Can see Corbin and Redfire staying right there and positioning out. I really like this positioning from Crusaders. You can see that. They didn't pile up, even though the catch missed here. Crusaders did the exact right thing. They saw one teammate had a good chance at getting it, so instead of piling on the disc, they spread the floor. They went to some good passing positions up here at shoulder and at barrier. So that is very, very wise moves and very smart from Crusaders. Now, Real Speed here. They did have some good defense there, but are unable to get back on time. This next attempt, they're going to try the pass a little bit off. Going to hit VR Corbin there at the bottom, and now going for that barrier pass again, a little bit off. So good positioning, but not on the catches. Meanwhile, though, CT with the clear. Can't touch this. Gets it right to Draco. Midfield interception. Very, very deep pass going over to Redfire. And Redfire coming in hot, but not able to get anything going there. And will be still a rebound yet from Corbin thanks to the positioning, but another interception. So some more defense being played quite well. But at the moment now for Real Speed, they need to get some of their namesake together, which is to say get the Real Speed together and get back here on defense. So going for those stacks, and they need to hurry up before they get punished for too many more points. Nice stun coming in from Can't Touch This, and let's see what they do. All right, so on the clear, unable to really get the boost going, but it will bounce, fortunately, back to Golden 14. They have a numbers advantage. They want to take full advantage, and they can't, just barely dinging it on that post. Goalie was interfered with, but not mattering too much. They still have another attempt, trying to catch that disc, but just losing it off the anchor. And finally, there you go, the shot. So good rebound, and I'm sure Real Speed now breathing a sigh of relief, knowing that finally that seal after 5 minutes finally broken and getting on the scoreboard. So just like that, only a 6-point disadvantage for Real Speed, and if they can just play some more of that good defense that we saw on the other side of the floor there near that bubble, they'll be right back in this game in no time. Now, of course, if you're Crusaders, the goal here is well, just like I said for Real Speed, some control, but for different reasons. Real Speed wanted that control just to calm down a bit as they get another shot. Golden 14, there you go. Meanwhile, for Crusaders, when you have a lead, you want control because you know you have the lead. You know you don't have to press extremely hard on every offensive opportunity. You just want to go for the highest percentage chance shots. And so off of back-to-back goals now from Real Speed for Crusaders, will be Draco with the first launch here, grabbing it and sending it over to Redfire. A very quick zipper line sent over, but this is kind of the risk that they're playing here, holding on for it or to it too long. Just Phantom comes away and gets the play. Nice up and under with a fake. Celebrating that one a little bit. He loves it. I'm sure crowd loves it. Twitch chat loves it. But very nice, crafty move just to fake out the defender, freeze them for that extra split second, just enough to capitalize on the goal. I didn't say all people fruit, just people. Some of the Twitch chat. Nothing else. I love it, and I'm people, but I'm just a fan of highlight plays in general. I don't have I don't have too many team biases. Much more so, I just like seeing these round 3s in the overtimes. If it's good competition, makes for good viewing. And so far, this game has been very good viewing. Still yet, it's only a 6-point disadvantage. Now there's 3 minutes left, so the clock not quite as conducive to a comeback as it once was, but still 6 points is, in the grand scheme of things, easy to make up for with some solid team play here. So let's see. They got control of the disc. Some more good defense coming in from Golden. And a good pass over near that bow tie area. And over to the nest. Perfect passing. Can they get the shot? No, a little bit rushed on that one. Had some time to work with. Perhaps thought the defender in the goal had dove out on him, but was not the case. So would have been a great one-on-one opportunity there, but unable to convert on it. Nice shield by Redfire over here on that stun, and just kind of enabling his teammate, ideally, to get that disc first. Now, that said, a stat coming through, and a boosted Eric gets into the goal. Off that backboard, it will go. 13-4 now. Just Phantom. Nice touch off the back. And now with that 2-minute warning here and kind of winding down this third round, it's looking like Crusaders are in good position to take it away. And also, just because I can't pay attention to the chat all that much, I'm not sure if it's memeing or serious, but be nice. Don't make me be Banador. Over here, can't touch this. Trying to band together for the goal. Couldn't get that. They've had some good opportunities. Just a few narrow misses here. And with 1 minute, 27 seconds left, a cross pass over to the wall area, to the Pac-Man. And will be taken here by Can't Touch This. So he's going to dish a pass up high to the nest. A little strong. Too difficult to catch. All the meanwhile, Eric will catch that. Send it to CT. Oh, another ding. And that just toilet bowled around the rim. 2 or 3 different sides. Right now, nothing just going, it seems like. Even though the opportunities were good, that was a very tough miss. So close. But over here on the side, upper pocket, 52 seconds remaining. It's looking like Crusaders are about to take this win. They've got the goal. Will it go again? No. Rebound, however, maybe to the opposite side. So Phantom there, again in good positioning, recognizing where the bounce was likely to go had it missed, which it did. So compliments again on just the positioning. I've really been impressed with Crusaders' positioning in this third round especially. Meanwhile, for Real Speed, again, they've gotten good looks, but just a little bit disarrayed ever since that first joust, really. On that 4-second goal to open up the round. It was just, you know, game on from there. Crusaders did not really look back. Real Speed looking like they had a little momentum. They had the back-to-back goals to come back when they were down by 6 or 8 points or so. But Crusaders, once again, they just got back control, made a couple more goals of their own, and then took the game. So for Crusaders, coming up ahead in what was a very exciting opening match here on stream, at least for Week 3. And they will finish, indeed, 13-4. And very good game. Very entertaining. So go to the score screen here, take a look at what it has to offer. There was a lot of good highlight plays you can see here on the instant replays. And yeah, good things all around. So on the stat sheet, I mean, I guess point out the obvious, 19 points from just Phantom. Just ridiculous is what it was. A lot of scoring going through, as well as 9 steals. And that is a very large number and an unusual number of steals. You don't see that too often. But yeah, 9 steals going from just Phantom, as well as 34 stuns. You had, for Draco Dragon, 3 saves, 16 stuns. Redfire, 7 points, 1 assist, 48 stuns. VR Corbin with a pair of points and assist, as well as 5 saves, another nice number there, and 1 steal, 46 stuns. Over on Real Speed's side, it was a kind of double helping there. It's Can't Touch This and Golden 14, both of them with some nice point totals there, 13 and 12 respectively. He had 4 saves for CT, as well as 45 stuns. And for Golden, it was 3 saves and 25 stuns. The Cookie Fox, despite no points, 2 assists, which is always great. 4 saves, always great. 2 steals and 62 stuns, leading the way by a decent margin in the Brawl category. So nice job from him. And then Eric Medina there with 2 assists, 3 saves, several intercepts there, just hanging back in the back line as a goalie, and then 30 stuns. But yeah, when it comes to The end results, well, you see how it played out. It was a just exciting series of rounds there. Double overtime round 1. And then a comeback round from Real Speed in round 2. But then a inverse, comeback from Crusaders. So I like what I saw from both teams at different spurts, and it provided a lot of entertainment, surely, for the Twitch. Now, on that note, please write this down, says Luke, as Real Speed winning 66-0. I don't write down the scores. Otherwise, I would not. Even if I could. Sounds like a good way for me to fire myself. Now, if you put money into the right pockets, maybe. Or if you offer me the right fruits, maybe. Oh, well, that's a shame. That's a shame. All right, well, there we go. Anyway, so the better fruit, he was a very salty fruit, it would seem. Now, in any case, thank you all for joining here on the stream today. I've been Palidore. That's been a fruity disaster. Not the game. The match was a excitement. And yeah, it was good stuff. We have, let's see, one more stream at least coming up in about still another 2 hours and 15 minutes. So at 4 o'clock Pacific or 7 Eastern time, there will be High Voltage facing off against Toxin. Super intrigued to see that match. And you guys should be too. High Voltage, a returning team from last season, currently finding themselves in the gold division here. And having some good success and some exciting games. Meanwhile, for Toxin, also finding themselves in gold as a rookie team, but they've been really turning some heads and raising some eyebrows in a very good way. They've had some strong efforts against multiple teams, including teams of veteran players, so that's going to be a factor for sure. All right, so I think that'll do it. So from the stream, I've been Palidore, that's been VRML. This has been week 3, and it will continue to be week 3 for a while. You guys have been a 95% great Twitch chat. And that was a very good game. Until next time, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and good to each other. And I'll see you again very, very soon.